we all got a formal write-up that says we're like banned for life from all Major League Baseball stadiums.
I never talked to you about it. The World Series thing. What propagated you to do that whole thing?
That was back in the day. I was working with Shag Mag, which was like one of the OG kind of like online.
Bianca Gezzi, wasn't she with that?
She was. So it was Julia Rose.
Yeah.
And then Julia Rose, myself, and Lauren Summer.
Okay.
And then afterwards, once we split off, Lauren and I, then she started working with Bianca, and then they started their own podcast and et cetera. But in the beginning, it was just Julia, myself, and Lauren. And we had a monthly magazine. And, Julia used to do stunts like that. She was kind of like a little bit of a female Vitaly in a way back in the day. And so we came up with the idea, or she came up with the idea of flashing the pitcher at the World Series. And for my part, I said, I don't want to do that unless it's for a good cause. So let's make it about breast cancer. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I felt bad. The things like Vitaly had asked me to go streak at the Women's World Cup. And I said, first of all, he didn't want to pay me. He said, I'll get your flight. And I'm like, yeah, duh. I'm going to be promoting your brand. But my problem with it is that this is the biggest day of those women's lives.
Yeah.
And then for me, some chick to come on and just be naked on the field while they're celebrating the biggest day of their lives and they're actually fucking great athletes, in their sport. No. So I said for the World Series, I'm like...
Wait, is that what Kinsey ended up running out on the field for?
Kinsey did the the men's World Cup.
Okay.
And then was it Kelly? I think it was Kelly Kay who ended up doing the women's one.
Okay.
But I said the same thing for the World Series. I know it's not very consequential. I'm a little looser now about it, but I felt like it's fucked up to try and steal the show from people who are doing their sports. So that's what we did. And it was so expensive for the company to do it. I think it was like $10,000 a seat.
Yeah, because you guys are behind the catcher.
Yeah, so we got 2 seats behind the catcher.
Have you seen the video for this?
I haven't seen the video, no.
We got 2 seats behind the catcher, and then so Julia and I were there, and then Lauren was separate, and then we had camera guys separately because you had to like piecemeal your seats.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, they knew who we were, so they kind of gave us a warning. I don't know what they knew. I think they knew of Julia doing things before, and we were wearing Shag Mag jackets.
Is she dating Logan or Jake at this point?
She's
dating Jake. Okay.
Not yet,
okay.
But she was dating a guy who was making the magazine with her.
Got it.
So they were like, don't fuck around. We know who you are. And so we're like, okay, so they can't take our seats from us. So we're sitting, and my brother's texting me from home. He's a big baseball fan. And he saw the camera shift so that we were out of view because we were right behind the catcher. And it shifted over so you couldn't quite see us. And he watched it happen, and it was just like, we're waiting for the time, and now they're watching us. So we had to go, because we couldn't be seen on the camera anymore from our seats, we had to go up and around and walk down and just like kind of kamikaze it.
So you flashed them while you were walking down the staircase?
So we were walking down the staircase.
What inning was this? Do you remember?
It was the 5th, I think.
Yeah.
I want to say the 5th, and then like security was kind of there, so we're like, fuck it, just do it, and we just all lifted our shirts up, and it worked. I mean, it was like held on the screens, I think, for a second. I was in like, I don't even know what was happening. Then all the security guys are high-fiving us on our way to the jail at the Nationals Stadium, and so we go down there. We're just waiting around. We all got a formal write-up that says we're like banned for life from all Major League Baseball stadiums. And then we thought that night that it was all for nothing because we didn't get any footage from our camera guys because they couldn't get there. It wasn't working out how we planned. So I remember Julia being so upset because she's like, I just spent all this money, and she's the one who invested in it, and we had no footage, zero. And then she started getting the calls, like the TMZ, the news reports, whatever. And then it started kind of snowballing to be its own little thing. But we had a falling out literally a week after. So
why? What happened?
Julia, I don't know. I don't want to bash anyone. I think she got very paranoid about it. The magazine was her baby. And I think she got paranoid that me and Lauren were, I don't know, taking advantage of her. And she didn't want us in any of the interviews with the news outlets, which upset me because I was like, hey, we came out here and did this too. We have like the same things on the line. And she was taking interviews alone in her room upstairs. And so it was kind of a mixture of us all kind of feeling like, what the fuck's going on? And then she just ghosted me she didn't respond to any of my texts. I didn't even know why. Nothing. And then she called me in for a meeting and then fired me, accused me of some stuff that I didn't do. And then after that, we never spoke.
That's crazy.
And then Lauren left the company too because of me. And then a month later, she did the same thing to the two boys who had done all of the video and photo stuff from the beginning. She just stopped talking to them for a week or two, stopped paying them. And then all of a sudden, it was very surreal. I think I haven't talked to her in a long time, but I hope she's doing good.